And I think we're multi-streaming right now. Now the real question is, are we gonna see the combined chat? Because we're supposed to see a combined chat. What's up, YouTube? But I'm not seeing the YouTube happening in the combined chat with Botrix. And I think that has to do with the fact that on YouTube you can have multiple live streams at once, so you can sign in with your account, but you can't tell it which live stream to combine with, you know? So after all that trash talk, you streaming on Kick? Oh yeah, bud. Oh yeah, bud. Would you pass up an opportunity to stream with the CEO of Twitch on Kick? So many places to be. Yeah, I'm bummed. Botrix is just terrible to use. I'm bummed. I was really hoping that once I started the stream, Botrix would be like, oh, there's the stream. Let's grab it and put it in the, like, it's, they've got YouTube on the list of things. And it just doesn't show up. YouTube doesn't show up. Reload the overlay. Sure, let's try it. Let's refresh the overlay. See what happens here. We got Twitch. I don't think YouTube's gonna come through. And there are so few videos on Botrix. Use Restream. Does Restream do a good combined chat? I know they've got one. I might try that for the next one. Oh yeah, how's the scam train going on Twitch? We're at level 2. Thank you guys so much for the scam train. Is YouTube checked? YouTube is checked. YouTube is checked and it's signed in and everything. Did you sign in to Botrix the YouTube account? Sure did. Still using OBS or a studio version? I use OBS. OBS. All right. So now that we know, I don't think we're gonna get. Oh, by the way, Dan is joining in. Dan is joining in an hour. Dan's joining at 7:30 my time or 6:30 Pacific time. It's 5:30 Pacific time right now. What was that gift thing? Those are my Twitch alerts. Although text I think was supposed to land on the screen too. Text isn't landing on the screen, so. Now you're just gonna see cool animations whenever someone subscribes or gifts subs. We got a different animation if someone gifts subs than if someone just subscribes. You guys gonna talk about Canute's wedding? I don't think so. You know what? Did you guys watch that? Did you guys see the did you guys see the moment at dinner? When someone called Dan Clancy my boss and said, and I said he wasn't my boss. And they said, what do you do? And I said, I stream on Kick. I'm gonna be honest, I am actually really bummed that the Botrix bot isn't working. Let's take a look at it real quick. Anyway, the point I was gonna say, by the way, it's showing that I've got at Senpai like this account. That is the one I'm streaming on, right? We're streaming on the Senpai Gaming account. Oh yeah. I was worried for a second I was streaming on the Harris Heller account. Yeah, no, I'm definitely signed in with the right one. It is what it is. It's just not gonna work. So I want to see if he considers himself every streamer's boss. I didn't say that because I'm not like a full-time Twitch streamer. I said Dan Clancy isn't my boss because I don't think he's any streamer's boss. Just because he has authority to do, to ban you or whatever doesn't make him your boss. Your viewers are your boss. Right now on YouTube, I have 264 of my bosses in chat, and on Twitch, I have 381 of my bosses in chat. In order for me to lose my job, every single one of you guys has to fire me by no longer watching. Don't tell them you're multi-streaming? We plan to multi-stream together. That's the whole point. You know that's allowed now, right? Now you guys are legitimately my boss. If I start doing things that you don't like, you stop watching and I stop making money. The only thing Dan can do is kick me off his platform. That's like saying a venue owner is a musician's boss. No, you can kick the musician off their stage. You can go play on another stage. Dan Clancy is not your boss, nor is he my boss. How do you stream comments like that on screen? So this is just a chat bot, like a chat widget. It's supposed to be showing YouTube also, but I don't know how. I'm signed in to YouTube on that bot, and it didn't. It's not coming through. So I don't know what it takes, and I'm not about to like break everything on stream. Why don't we just try signing out, signing back in, see what happens? Can I even do that? All right, I'm gonna break this bot for a little bit, I think. See what happens if I log in with YouTube first. Sent by gaming. And then we go to widgets and we go to chats. YouTube is definitely on there. Let's copy it. Paste it in here. I think it's the exact same thing. And then let's refresh it. And I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think we're getting YouTube on here, guys. Botrix is a little janky. Next time we'll use Restream. Those animations are sick, thank you. Oh, we also, by the way, just so you guys know, oh, we didn't, just kidding. No, we didn't. I was gonna say we added YouTube members, but we didn't. I got it all set up and I never turned them on. So not Botrix, not if you're trying to get YouTube on stream. It looks like it's working really well for Twitch, and it'll probably work really well for Kick, but I don't know. I don't think we're gonna put Kick on stream. You know? Twitch doesn't want YouTube right now? No, Twitch doesn't want the combined chat. And so if that's the case, if we're not getting YouTube on here and I'm not putting Kick on here, I don't think I think I'm gonna take, maybe we'll leave it on here just because I might take this whole thing and upload it as a YouTube video, depending on how good it is. And that way, the viewers, the people watching it can see the chat in real time also. Try Streamlabs chat widget. Can you sign into multiple? I know they like either are like partnered with or they own Restream. I'll look into other combined chats. Good to see you again. You probably don't remember me. My first kill? Of course I remember you. Who does your makeup? You look really good today. My daughter. She's 2. Had issues with Botrix as well. All right, you guys ready to add Kick to the mix? Someone already answered that in Kick chat. Can I pop out? Okay, we're gonna pop out Kick chat. And we're gonna put that here. So I've got all 3 chats. Making me nervous. Making me nervous. First stream on Kick. Hold on. Just orienting everything. Why is this so tall? I keep declining all their cookies over and over and over again. I don't want Kick to keep any cookies of me. You know? All right, and what did I name the YouTube stream? Okay, I named them all right. Oh shoot, we got a super chat on YouTube. Thank you. I thought I added alerts. Was there an alert for super chat? There should have been an alert for super chat. I added those into the scene. So will my message not be displayed on stream? Apparently Botrix doesn't really like YouTube. So for the next screen, for the next multi-stream, I'll figure out a different chat bot. Whoa, did you guys hear my voice crack there? I'm still recovering from TwitchCon. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen, all right? Okay, we're live on all three. Okay, there we go. We did it. I need a Senpai join button. I literally have everything ready except clicking a button for a specific reason. It will be turned on very, very soon. So welcome everybody. We're live on Twitch and YouTube and Kick right now. I wish I could see like now is the time for like the ultimate multi-stream bot, like the ultimate multi-stream tool. So I can see, so we can combine chats really easy because chat here is not, all we see is Twitch. It's not working properly. So we can see all three chats next to each other really easily. So we can get alerts from all three really easily. And so we can get, so I can see, like, I just want to see the viewers real nice and easy. Like I want to know how many viewers I have on YouTube, how many I have on Twitch, and how many I have on Kick without having to kick through them, right? Without having to switch through them, like click through them is what I meant to say. Like right now, Twitch we got 450, YouTube we got 400, and Kick we've got, Kick doesn't tell me, it just says dash viewers. 88 viewers on Kick. And I want to see a combined number, like a total number of viewers. I gotta jump back, like I gotta click back and forth between dashboards to see like what's the latest, just saw 2 super chats from YouTube. This is kind of, I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of stressful. Sebs, dude, thank you for the super chats. Go get Asa Ramen again soon, dude, for real. Absolutely. And Aprilnators, thank you for the super chat. And Saving Sunny, thank you for the £5. Prism Live Studio, best for multi-streaming chat. Is that another one? I used Prism Live for an IRL stream from my phone, but I didn't know they had a good multi-streaming chat. Restream is the way to go as far as reading chat. Okay. You read Kick chat? I read them all as much as I can, but I got 3 chats going on in front of me, and I am bad at multitasking. Google Multi RTMP OBS. Oh, that's what I'm using right now. That's how I'm streaming to all 3 different places. It's just getting all the information condensed into a good single place, you know? That's the hard part. Anyone else getting low frames? Let's take a look. Bitrate looks like it's pretty stable on the Twitch dashboard, so it might be just you. How was the stream with the CEO? It's starting in 45 minutes. As a viewer, are the chances of having my comment read better if I comment in all 3 places? Yeah, sure. You gonna pull it up on all three platforms? Give me 3 viewers, that'd be pretty sick. Harris dreaming up new plugins right now. So, yes, I always love new projects. And the moment I was talking about it, I was like, oh, I bet we could do that at Atom. But it's always a question of like, is that getting in the way of the big projects we're working on right now? Is that getting in the way of our goal, you know? Look at Botrix, that's what we're using right now. I just noticed the room is fake. How dare you? In no world is this room fake. Use custom browser docs? I don't know what you're talking about. The camera is a little bit choppy. That's another thing that we added for this stream. It's how I'm getting these alerts. I'm gonna try changing it to making some adjustments next time. I noticed that adding these alerts, because it adds like, you notice that like my alerts go behind me. Actually, hold on, let's do this. I might be able to fix that up a little bit. It's gonna disappear for a second. Don't worry, this is normal. There we go. I think I fixed it a little bit. I have to do that every once in a while. I'm gonna try some other stuff. Sick real life room. How's your recovery going? You sound a lot better than the last video. Oh yeah, no, I'm already 100% better. Okay, how many viewers are we on at Kick? We're just taking a look at this. The Kick viewer numbers take a long time to load in. Do you guys want to see the stuff that's already been deleted from Kick chat? Oh, never mind. The mod is adding these in as blocked terms. I thought she was. So I have. I thought these were messages that she was already getting rid of, and I was like, oh my gosh. No, that's just, she's adding block terms. BB Jess is already goat mod on Kick for me. Cool. How am I not following you? Crossing, that's a good question. I want to see the block terms. No, you don't, not Harris Heller, but I'm really glad to know that you're not me. Corey Bite, thank you for the super chat. Not quite sure multi-streaming is going to be as great as it seems. Quite difficult to see everything going the way it's currently set up. It's something I've spent a lot of time thinking about. Let's talk about multi-streaming for a second. All the way cross team, thank you for the tier 1. Contributing towards that Partner Plus program. So for me, it's such an interesting topic because like I've been wanting them to add multi-streaming for a while, just based off of principle. But as like something we used to talk about a lot is like, do you consider yourself a streamer who makes YouTube videos or a YouTuber who live streams? And because there's a pretty considerate difference between those two. Do you guys understand what that question is? And honestly, answer yourself. Like, what do you consider yourself? If you do both, what do you consider yourself? It's obviously based on my level of consistency over the last year, I consider myself a YouTuber who live streams. Also based on my priorities, what I care most about, what makes me the happiest, what I find myself injecting most of my passion and my time into. Absolutely video making, right? And so because like a lot of times, like if you're a live streamer and your YouTube literally only exists in order to grow your live stream, you should absolutely be like, I mean, especially if like your YouTube channel is just edited clips of your live stream, stuff like that a lot of people are doing, and your content is entirely based around gaming or live streaming in general, you should probably be multi-streaming to both Kick and to Twitch and that YouTube channel and to Kick. But as someone whose YouTube channel is a little bit more independent, I can't see myself, like if I got back to streaming 2 or 3 days a week like I used to, which I'd actually like to. Maybe it's the post TwitchCon, the bug, you know? Not the one that people are getting and like throwing up and, you know, sitting on the toilet all day from. Like, you go to a con and just that spark is reignited, you know? Maybe that's all it is, but I'm kind of pumped to get back into streaming regularly. I'd like to have an hour or two in the morning, 2 or 3 days a week, like I used to. I used to stream three hours, 3 days a week. It was like Monday, Wednesday, Saturday morning is when I would stream for 3 hours. And 9 hours a week might be a bit much for my schedule, but I'd like to, especially being a dad, that's harder to do, but I'd like to bring regular streams back. But because I'm doing that, I can't see myself, like at most we post 2 videos a week on a YouTube channel, usually only 1 video a week, and I can't see myself diluting my YouTube channel with twice as many live streams, like unplanned live streams as I do YouTube videos. So I don't see myself regularly live streaming to the Senpai Gaming channel like I'm doing it right now. I want it to be more of like an event thing like you're seeing right now, right? Those background alerts are sick. They're from StreamFog, by the way. I still need to do some tweaks. Like the camera got a little bit choppy. I have to refresh the camera every once in a while. So I'm gonna make some changes there. But they're super cool. Yeah, there we go, look at that. That's because we got a gifted sub to DJ Clancy. To Dan Clancy. Man's gonna be coming in here as a sub. Love to see it. Dude, thank you, Will D's. Eddie's Life, thank you for the super chat. Says, can you ask him about TOS? Really wanted the multi-stream, scared about not having shared chat between both channels. Let me tell you, we'll get back to what I was saying about multi-streaming in a second. Let's talk about that. I'm gonna ask him about it. We're gonna talk about it. Let me tell you my thoughts on that. I don't think they're going to start banning everybody who has chat on stream. Let me tell you why I think they made that rule and why I think they did it wrong. There's a part of me that thinks they did it for the reason that I mentioned in the video that went up this morning, which was, we don't want people knowing that you're live everywhere else. We want it to be a one-way street. We don't want you knowing you're live on YouTube or Kick. We don't want you going there. We want to keep this contained, right? I think there's a little bit of that. I think that's a part of it. But I think there's also a chance that they're doing it for the same reason that we don't have, like I've got Kick Chat open in front of me. I don't have Kick Chat over here. And I think you understand why. I think even people in Kick Chat understand why. Like, Kick. Is that fair? Is that fair? And so, oh, we aren't that bad? No, I'm not saying all of you. I'm saying the outliers are very vocal over there, is all I'm saying, right? I don't show my chat for sure. So, I think what they needed to do is, as people started putting like combined chats and you started, let's say you banned someone from Twitch. You banned someone from your chat for dropping racial slurs, right? Then they can just go to Kick and they can just do the same thing. And like, yeah, you can go and ban them there, but now you have to ban them in order to get them to stop. Like, they can go and chat that on Kick, and now that chat will also be in the Twitch content. So in order to keep that content off of Twitch, you have to ban them in multiple places, right? And I think they're trying to avoid that. But I think let's just assume that's what they're trying to do, is stop that from happening. By saying you're not allowed to combine chat, what they did is but not explaining why, like not making it very clear that's why. All they did was open the door for us to speculate that it's because they wanted to close the doors. They didn't want us telling people that, that they're controlling our streams and that they don't want us telling people we're live elsewhere, right? Which is ridiculous. And I think there's merit to that. But, like, at the end of the day, if you have racial slurs on a Twitch stream, you're already breaking TOS. So they didn't have to add that rule. It didn't have to be there. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to add that rule. That way, if the rule gets broken, if racial slurs start happening on your Twitch stream because they're in Kick Chat, they have a rule. They can be like, hey, look, here's the rule. You broke that rule. You're getting banned. When I think all they needed to do is remind us in the TOS, hey, just a reminder, if it shows up on your stream, even if it's in Kick Chat, it is a part of your Twitch content. You can still get banned for that if you're putting it on stream. And that's all they had to do in order to keep us from assuming that it was them being super controlling. So I just think they didn't think it through. Had to come from Kick to Twitch. No page loads. Hey, yo, Twitch, you guys can still see me, right? Just want to double check. No. Shut up. All right, just making sure. Someone asked me if I'm going to ask about AV1. I have. So AV1. Here's the thing about AV1. a lot of people probably don't know what AV1 is. AV1 is the new, I don't know exactly what the right term is, but it's the new encoder. Like you have an AV1 encoder and decoder on the new 40 series GPUs. Basically, it's a way more efficient encoder. So you can get the same, like what previous GPUs encoded a video to look like with 6,000 kilobits per second, you can get the same quality video with about 4,000 kilobits per second. So you can either get higher quality with the same bit rate or the same quality with a lower bit rate, which is really cool. Now, a lot of people are like, why do I care about that? My quality is just fine. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that for, I've got a thought. I'm gonna keep that for when Dan's here, because I think there's a really powerful point to using AV1. I think it's gonna be a little bit, I don't think they're urgent about it because it's really only in 40 series GPUs right now, and I don't know what Radeon GPUs they're using. I've never owned a Radeon GPU, so I have no idea. So I don't think it's gonna be a huge deal until 40 series GPUs become a little bit more mainstream. It's also on AMD 7K as well. Perfect. Oh, we got some biddies. Close your eyes. So as someone who streams content that is popular in other countries that prefers to use YouTube for consuming live content, not being able to show the YouTube chats pretty much alienates the focus audience there. Just feels rude not to allow them to interact with chat at the same time. So I don't even want to bother to not insult someone. So here's my thought, by the way. Like I mentioned before, I don't think Twitch has had a rule against simulcasting, against multi-streaming forever. It's always had that rule. You've never been able to multicast until this week. And yet, as far as I know, they've never banned anyone. It's never happened. They've never banned a single person for doing it. So, I think what's gonna happen is they're not gonna ban people for it. Unless they need to use it as a reason. If Kick Chat comes in here and ban streamers, like streamers that are banned on Twitch or streamers that are banned from your chat come in and like start dropping racial slurs in here, I think those are gonna show up. I think you're gonna get banned and they're gonna reference that rule. I think it's there as a backup of like, technically it's not Twitch chat, but we can ban you anyway because you put it on your stream. I think it's just them for that. I don't think they're ever gonna ban anyone just for having combined chat, which is why I planned on having it on this stream with Dan Clancy. See what he says. But it doesn't matter. It's not multi-chat anyway because I can't get it to show YouTube for some reason. I need to try a different one. I need to try like Restream or something. Should we like try that right now? Let's try that right now. It is restream.io, right? Streamlabs worked for me yesterday. What, Restream or Streamlabs? I'd show my screen, but I have my email showing, and so not gonna do that. How do you do this? I don't like this website at all. Connect multi-stream third-party software, stream with studio. I don't want to do either of those. I just want to combine chatbot. How do I do that? I can add a destination. I can add Twitch. Oh, Corey Bite with the super chat, my man. You should just be able to sign up with your Gmail. I did. I signed in with my Gmail. Add another channel. Let's add YouTube. All right, we're working on it. What's up, Solstice? How are you doing? Okay. So someone said click on click on stream with OBS or go to connect with OBS and then click chat. Chat, there it is. I'm seeing Twitch. I'm not seeing YouTube. Are you multi-streaming? I am multi-streaming. I'm only seeing Twitch. Let's see, chat settings. Is YouTube enabled? Chat settings. Let's see. Embed in stream. Embedded chat for Twitch only. Embedded chat. Chat overlay. I get the chat overlay, but we gotta get YouTube in there too. And it's not showing YouTube on here. Let's go back. Let's turn off. Let's turn off the YouTube one. Let's see if we can add. Is it an event? Is that the thing? Welcome to Kick, dude. Thank you, Booho. Do I have to grab an event or do I grab a channel? I wonder if I have to grab an event because streams are kind of more of an event on the channel. Oh, you grab an event. Big brain. All the people saying use Botrix, it does not work very well. Does not work very well for YouTube. Restream hijack the title. Are you freaking kidding me? On Twitch? Freaking restream. They put their own name in my title? I did not give them permission to do that. Oh, I'm so annoyed at that right now. I'm so annoyed that they did that. All right, just because we're gonna try it for this stream, but just because of that, I'm never using Restream again. Ooh. That was a dirty move. I can't believe they did that. All right. And now I'm gonna use them. Now I'm gonna use them for a little bit. Chat over there. Oh, I see the combined chat. That work? All right, let's go YouTube and all I'm seeing is Twitch. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's make it compact. Hold on, let's refresh it. Made it compact. There we go. Chat background opacity, let's bring it down a little bit. Let's refresh it again. Still never using Restream again after they hijacked my title. Can't read that text size? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Bringing up the chat size a little bit. 1 second. How's that? Is that better? Let's lengthen it a little bit. There we go. I love how YouTube just like, it just spits it at you all at once. Wait, here comes another YouTube batch. Just a second. It's gonna come. It's happening. There it is. But it works. Kick, no restream chat support. You can only do 2 at a time. And also, I mentioned this earlier, and I got actually a very fair reaction from Kick. I have 1 mod on Kick right now. I don't have any moderation settings set there. I don't have a chat bot set up in Kick. There's not a chance in hell we're putting Kick chat on the stream while I'm talking to the Twitch CEO. Like, I'm not accusing you guys of anything. I'm just saying the outliers on Kick are wild, right? I don't even need you to agree with me. All right, but we've done it. I've got 3 chats in front of me. I've got Twitch and YouTube next to me. Let's see if Dan gets mad at me. Aiden Ross comes in. That's the thing. I heard Aiden Ross. I think Aiden Ross rated Dan Clancy. I think he said he rated him like his last stream or whatever. Did Dan stream on Kick already? Dan's gonna laugh it off. I think he's gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna mention it. I'm not gonna. It's one of those like you ask for forgiveness, not permission. What if he bans you live? Well, then it looks like I'll stream on YouTube for a little bit. It's all right. I got to go to TwitchCon. Oh, I got to set up. So we're gonna be using. Oh, that reminds me. Copy and paste this. This is gonna be our stream together area. One sec. Chat. Maybe I bring myself. No, I can't. I think we add another one. I think we add a whole new chat and we make it even thinner. Chat 2. And the height is 1920. The width is, let's do like 350. Nope, not 1920, 1080. I'm an idiot. We're doing this together, guys. That'll work. I'll just like sit here. How's that? Dude, I'm not gonna lie with you guys. Having 3 streams be live at a time and trying to manage it is mentally exhausting. And like remembering all the things I have to do on each one, like if, you know, catching all the alerts on all of them, having like, I remember when I would stream on YouTube, like, oh yeah, I need to remind people to hit the like button because there's a like button on that stream. And if you do that, it actually helps you in the algorithms, which by the way, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button because that'd be really super dope. Still using a teleprompter. I don't have it set up for my live stream just because I use a 14mm lens. Like I know it looks like I'm like 5 feet from the lens, but look, I can touch my camera without even fully extending my arm. Like I'm very close to it and it won't fit on the teleprompter. You can't get a lens that wide on the teleprompter. So I'm not using it here. I've considered making some adjustments and switching to a 20mm and like moving the camera backwards. I won't get as wide of a shot, but then I'd be able to fit the lens. I don't know. I gotta mess around. But I don't wanna like break everything. Solstice, thank you for the raid. Remind me, so you said we met. I wanna say I remember the name. We did meet at TwitchCon, right? So how are you simulcasting? I'm using the multi-RTMP plugin right inside OBS, which is super clean, by the way. So far, it's been super great. Pleasure meeting you at TwitchCon. What's up, Insight? Thanks, man. I think we should just adapt to how we approach the stream to accommodate the community. Yeah, so kind of back to what we were talking about before of now that multi-streaming is allowed, like what do you do? You know, do you multi-stream? Do you multi-stream to your main channel? Do you have a second channel just for streaming? What's the plan? And like, obviously it's gonna be different for every person, but this is something that has taken up a considerable amount of my mental capacity. Hold up. Trying to get a click over here. There we go. Because like with this YouTube channel, for example, we post a video once a week. I'll repeat what I said a little bit ago. We post once a week, and if I were to go regularly stream again on Twitch like I used to 2 or 3 times a week, there's no way I'd be restreaming that to this YouTube channel and like having 3 times as many live streams as we have on as I have video uploads. Like that just dilutes the videos. I'm not super down for that. Yellow Apple, dude, thank you for the 40 months. Welcome back. So, but like what I'd like to do on this channel, like what I think live streaming, where it's gonna go, and I'm gonna talk with Dan about this. I think unless you are a full-time, like a streamer, right? Like that is what you do. I think a lot of streamers are gonna do like what Linus Tech Tips does, where once a week they have a specific show dedicated to the live stream. They have the WAN show that they do every Saturday or whatever the day is, I don't remember. And they stream for 3 to 4 hours, and it's a podcast, and they do that on the same channel, but it makes sense. It's original content, and it's designed for this channel. It complements it well. If I were to be doing this and just streaming this 2 or 3 times a week, it would drive people nuts. It wouldn't complement my channel at all. It would just dilute my content that I put a ton of effort into. He also posts a video nearly every single day. Or every single day. And so streaming once a week is not a big deal. So like on this channel, I think I'll multi-stream to it if I'm doing something like this, where I'm like hanging out with Dan Clancy or any other kind of event that's of importance. Streaming to it would be really cool. But other than that, I'm trying to figure out like where, like now that this massive rule has changed, like where does live streaming fit in with my plan? Like I don't want to live stream to Harris Heller because I want, like not the same way that I stream on Twitch, because I want to make a completely different type of content on there. I'm not going to be doing gaming content or gear or tech content like this. And so I can't stream what I talk about on this Twitch channel to the YouTube channel because the content's totally different. So it's an interesting conversation, and I need to feel like sometimes you have this idea and you're like, I like this, this makes sense, this doesn't make sense. And eventually you get to a point where you share the idea with yourself, you think about the idea, and it feels like a puzzle piece that perfectly fits and it just makes sense, you know? And I haven't gotten to that point yet. And it's something that I usually spend months and months doing. I have an idea, I like the idea, I sit on it for a little bit, then I come back to it and see where it fits and where it doesn't fit, and I adjust. It's, sometimes you just gotta jump and do things, but like this YouTube channel is my livelihood. Like it's my main channel. I can't really afford to just try stuff that might have significant damage to the channel. So we're gonna be experimenting with some things. Linus has 100 plus people on the payroll. He can afford it. Oh, that's obviously responding to someone else. But yeah, I mean, the dude absolutely crushes it. Where's the Twitch boss? He's joining in 15 minutes. I'm 90% sure he's not using this mic. You talking about this one? Yeah, no, we're listening to this mic right now. When Dan jumps on, because anything that comes out of the speakers comes right back into this microphone, I'm gonna be going to this microphone so he doesn't hear himself. Is it okay to show mixed chat on stream? We're gonna talk with Dan about it. I gave my 2 cents on why it is what it is. Obviously, I'm doing it right now. I'm gonna see if Dan gets pissed at me. What time's Dan on? 6:30 Pacific time. Can you experiment with someone else's channel? Yeah, give me your login. I'll just go live on your channel. Might be time to upgrade to a shotgun mic. I want more companies to use shotgun mics. I almost only use shotgun mics. So that's my main mic that I use here. I use a shotgun mic here, but most of the time when you use a shotgun mic, you do it so you can have it off camera and like pointing at you and you can hide it. I think they're cool. I think they're unique. I like having a shotgun mic on camera. I've only seen like one other content creator ever do that. And it's Johnny Harris. And I started doing it and then I found his channel. So we both had the same idea. You can have my login. Jerafis, all right, I got you, man. Let me stream to your Kick channel for you. No, I do think whenever I go live on Twitch, I'll probably also be multi-streaming to Kick. I have no problem with doing that. Did you read my previous super chat? Any update on the VTube exploration? Oh, I missed that one. Thanks for hitting me again. There's a lot of turmoil in VTubing right now. I have ideas, but it's one of those like when you compare the amount of investment to the amount of risk, it's not balancing yet. So I've got some other things that have a much lower risk and much higher return that I'm working on right now. I only have so many things I can do at once, and I've got like 3 other things I want to do also. So that is sitting there waiting until the puzzle piece fits. That's just gonna be my phrase. Waiting until when the puzzle piece fits. What's up, Desh? She got called out for never chatting in my stream before. That's like that's the downside of the first time chat is if it's someone you've known for a while and they say it like, oh, you've never chatted in my stream before. I've chatted in your stream before, I think. I'm looking to buy a new mic. Would you still recommend the Beacon 1? Well, there's no Beacon 1, it's a Beacon mic. The Beacon mic with a mixer? Yeah, Beacon stuff's fantastic. I love the Beacon guys. It's still my favorite dynamic mic that I have. So if you're looking for a dynamic mic that just kind of does everything, including having mixing software built in and an onboard processor to do all the effects and stuff, yeah, it is the ultimate dynamic mic for broadcasters. Super dope. I don't actually use the Beacon mixer because I already have a Stream Deck Plus, and you can plug any USB microphone into that. You can plug any audio interface through that. And so I have all the DSPs, like I have all the EQ and compression, everything on the mic, and then it just feeds into Stream Deck. So I don't have to have multiple devices on my desk. Beacon mic is better than the SM7B. Whoa. Well, let's not get too ahead of ourselves here. It's a $280 microphone that has a computer built into it. I don't know if it's physically possible for them to make the mic components as good as a $400 analog microphone. So, but it gets to the point that for streamers, how much of a difference, I remember PewDiePie using a shotgun mic. I believe it. I didn't know that. What shotgun mic do you use? This is the NTG4. Technically it's the NTG4 Plus, but the Plus just means it's got a battery in it, and I'm not using the battery, so it's the same as an NTG4. This one over here is the Sennheiser MKH412, which is a bonkers microphone. We got it for 50% off, brand new. And so I didn't need to buy a new microphone. The NTG4 is great, but I was like, if I can get that super high-end microphone for 50% off, I'm gonna do it. It was when we were building this studio. I was like, well, I guess I might as well, Stream together VTubers test the water. Oh, it's not that I don't like the concept of VTubing and I don't like, it's not that I'm not obsessed with VTubing. I think VTubing is amazing. It's such a creative space. It's just how does the, how is the business side of it, I have seen so many people, so many people talk about how like they've graduated from VTubing because like the space is a little toxic sometimes. And like, are people getting burnt out from VTubing? How hard is it to grow? I don't want to become a VTuber, by the way. I want to build VTubing solutions. I just need to make sure that it's sustainable and that VTubing is gonna be bigger in 5 years than it is today. How long till Dan comes? 9 minutes. He's avoiding putting kick on there on purpose so we see how the trolls are. Oh, well, 2 reasons. One, Restream only does 2. And we're using Restream right now. I'm gonna find another one because Restream hijacked my title and I'm not happy about that. And so out of principle, I'm gonna test out some other ones. But also, yeah, Restream only does 2, but then also, I only have 1 moderator in Twitch chat and I don't have any of the moderation settings set up. I just set up my Kick today. Do I not have my profile on Kick? I uploaded a profile earlier today. Is it still the little green dude? I uploaded it twice. Green dude? And no bio. I saw my bio. I went and checked and saw my bio. Still the green dude? Kill me. Well, I'm the green dude. Maybe I just leave that forever and I'm always the green dude. Love the Sennheiser 416. Oh, did I say 412? I meant 416. I think. 412, 416? Let me look. It's a 416. Are you using a paid tier of Restream? No. You think I'm gonna pay for Restream? Oh, is that Kick Eddie in here? What's up, man? Yo, Eddie, are you next? Dude, I've been trying to set this up for forever. I'm glad I finally got it going. Would love to have a combined chat, makes it so much easier. I would love to see all 3 main streaming platforms like break down and open up an API for their chat so that you can combine, like I want to be able to natively combine, okay, by the way, the rule about not putting combined chat on stream only applies to putting it over your stream. It doesn't apply to having it in chat, because if you have it in chat, this is what actually makes me think that Twitch had good reasons. You're allowed to combine chat in chat, because if there is a bot that forwards Kick messages to Twitch, then it's still a chat message on Twitch and the moderation tools still work the same way. Versus when you do it like this, your Twitch moderation tools don't work on it. So it would just be easier. It would just be easier if they let us combine it natively into the chats. But I mean, at what point is Twitch going to put the developing time into creating an API so that you can read Twitch chat from YouTube and so you don't have to be on, like, there's no way, that's just not gonna happen. There's no way each platform, because developing that API only helps the other platform. So I don't see that happening. Not gonna happen, buddy. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I know. I love people saying Kick staff. There's Kick staff, and then there's the owner of Kick. We're in the big leagues now on Kick. I mean, whoa, that's pretty crazy. Dan is awesome. All love. Dan is awesome. Dan's a really cool guy. I've been really enjoying it. No bits on camera. They should have popped up. Did they not show up behind me? Bits should have popped up behind me, Eddie's life. If they didn't, then something went wrong. Where's Mr. Clancy? He's joining in 5 minutes, guys. Couldn't you do that with an app like Chatterino? I got to check out all these combined ones. You can forward messages into other chats, but it's not a great experience. Twitch doesn't need to develop the API. Well, the point is it needs to be native. You can't have a combined chat that only people who have downloaded a certain plugin can see, because that's worse. So until you can natively combine chats, which will never happen, you're gonna need to put them on stream like this. It's the only way to do it. What's your honest opinion on Restream on the website? Well, I'm not crazy about the fact that when I tried to use their chatbot, They hijacked my stream name and put restream in my stream name. So pissed about that. Devin Nash says chat rule will not be enforced. No, I don't think it'll be enforced until it gets toxic. I think what'll happen is someone gets banned off Twitch or banned from your Twitch chat, and then they go to Kick and they start dropping those slurs or whatever inside Kick chat, and then it pops up on your Twitch stream, and now Twitch has a rule that they can use to ban you for that. I think that's what it's gonna be for. I don't think that anyone's gonna get banned just for combining chat. They're gonna be combined if they don't moderate it properly. And Twitch needs a rule to enforce, which I feel like their old rules already had it, so they didn't have to do that. Aiden's kids are different. Yeah. Aiden Ross a little bit. That's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Authentic noob is 100% correct. What's up, thinker teacher? We got, here's a question. So I got Dan coming on here. He's joining me for an hour / maybe an hour and a half. I've been pulling, this last week, I've been going about 16 hours a day. So tonight, after I finish hanging out with Dan, I'm actually gonna take a break and like actually spend time with my wife for the first time in a week. I'm really looking forward to that. So the question is, I got 3 minutes before he joins. Do I pee? Yeah, how about chat? Chat, you just 3 chats here. You get to know each other a little bit. Get to know each other. Be nice. All right, and we're back. It's Chad's favorite kind of sandwich. Were you guys nice? Invite Aiden Ross. No. We're switching to this mic because we're getting Dan in here in a second, and I don't want his voice coming back through his mic. Cosmoverse, thank you for the 30. We got Dan coming in here any moment now, actually. We're doing a stream together. If I miss him in chat, let me know. He told me he'd jump into chat. And then he'd jump into the multi, or jump into the streaming to what's it called? The stream together. Ask the CEO why he kicked out Aiden Ross. Because he's banned. He didn't legitimately get a badge. Because he illegally got a TwitchCon badge. Of course you're gonna get kicked out. I don't know why that's even a question. Can we? Okay, but we're not acknowledging any more of that, because there's no way we're turning this stream into a stream about Aiden Ross. That's not gonna happen. Careful, you cannot show other platforms chat on Twitch stream. How do you not know this? I'm aware of it. I just think it's a dumb rule, and so I'm not gonna follow it. You think I don't know this? I made a whole video on it. Think I don't know these rules? What's up, Dan? All right, Dan the man is here. I'm going to turn off the music. For those of you wondering, that was Stream Beats, which is the number one copyright-free music for streamers. Streambeats.com. Go check it out. 15 different genres.
All right. And
I hear you.
Hold on. Ooh, but we don't. We have the same problem we had before. What? Oh, have you put me live on screen yet?
No.
Ah, okay.
Although, hold on. Let me pull it. I got it. There we go.
There we go.
We did it.
Woohoo!
Once you know how it works, it's pretty simple.
It is. It's also much simpler now than it used to be. I will tell you, we were Harris and I were talking. I said when they first built it, they kind of built it as like a poor man's, studio where they had backstage where you could check people before they came on. You could make sure their audio was good, as if you had a whole team doing it, which of course is what happens in professional broadcasting. Is you have a whole team like making sure everything's perfect before you hit the button. But of course, it's not what happened when you're live streaming. And so there was all this complexity because you just want to hit the button and bring people live.
Dan, are you able to raise your volume a little bit? My chat can't really hear you.
All right, let's see. Let me see. Hold on.
Chat, is that better right there if he just gets closer to the mic?
Let me see this. Let me do this right now. Okay, mobile. Hold on. I'm opening up my audio settings. System. Sound.
So I've got you cranked up to 100%.
Okay, hold on. This is output.
Let me see if I've got settings for that too.
Hold on. How's that?
Chat, what are your thoughts?
I just increased my output volume. I'm not on your screen, so I don't see your chat.
They're saying it's about the same. This is pretty quiet. Probably could do an extra. Some people are saying it's okay, but everyone's pretty saying like if you could turn yourself up a little bit. Still,
I just pushed it up all the way in terms of my output on my computer.
Trying to think if there's any other thing. I think everywhere I have control, I have you turned all the way up.
And did you try to turn on that auto gain control to see if that does it?
That's for my mic. That's not for you.
I think it's for all the guests.
No, because it says microphone in particular. Each device remembers something. Hey, by the way, real quick, my daughter's going to sleep. Do you want to meet Lennon?
I would love to meet Lennon. Lennon.
Who's that?
Oh, isn't she a cutie?
Is that Mickey? Can you say hi to Dan? Say hi, Dan.
Hey, Lennon. How you doing?
You say hi. She's not so sure about you.
That's okay.
I get a little
scared. I get a little scared of myself too.
Yeah. She's looking at you though. She turns 2 in a couple weeks though. All right, guys, she's going to bed. I just want to have her say, "Oh, hi." I know he's a scary man.
Can you give Daddy a big hug, kiss? Or you want to say hi to people? Say hi, people.
You want to say hi into here? What's that?
By the way, I just turned on.
All right.
I just turned on my auto gain control, so maybe that helps.
Yeah, that turned you up.
Yeah. That's what it was. I thought it was on, and it was off.
Me too. It also means sometimes I hear myself. Like right now, I hear myself a lot.
But that may be because I made it worse because I turned up my volume so much. So let me turn it back to where it was.
We'll see.
Okay. How's this?
We'll go with that for now.
We'll go with it.
Yeah, I still just barely hear myself in the echo in the background, but I think that's okay.
That's okay. Well, I mean, you're the sound expert, right?
I think the main thing is if you put on headphones, it'd be fine. Or what system are you using? You using I forgot to ask you. Using the Elgato like wavelength system?
Yeah.
Can you turn the gain up on your microphone inside wavelength? And then turn off the auto gain. The auto gain is what's making me get really loud.
Let me try. Yeah, that's fair.
Because I have a lot of echo.
Okay, so I'm going to turn off auto gain first. So that way I don't. Microphone, auto gain. Okay, that's off. Okay, and I don't normally, so I'm in Elgato now.
Worst case scenario, we just have you be a little quieter than me and it's not the end of the world.
Okay, now talk me through, because I have the Elgato, but I don't normally use it to control my outputs. So
you're looking at the Wavelength software?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you click on the little down arrow next to your microphone at the top,
there's at the top. Yes, I see it. Okay.
you'll see an input gain right there.
Input gain level. Got it. Yep.
You can probably try. What's that at, by the way?
It was at 33.
Oh, you're on a dynamic mic and you had it on 33? That should be up to like at least 45.
Yeah, but I think it's on, because I just tried to move it up and then it shot back down. It's probably on some auto thing, right? Because I basically input gain, I move it up, and then it moves right back down.
Oh, that's weird. That might be a bug.
Okay, now it doesn't. Okay, now it sticks up, but then it moves back down.
Super weird.
Interesting. And it has phantom. I don't need phantom power turned on, right?
No.
I don't know why that would be turned on.
Oh, that's probably why it's jumping back down.
Yes, that's why it's jumping back down. Phantom power. Oh, no, then jump back down again.
Dang it. We tried.
Damn.
All right, just get it as high as you can and we'll deal with it. But I would turn auto gain off. That's what's making the really bad echo.
Yeah.
Unless you want to put on headphones. Because I can hear myself really loud right now.
I'm putting on headphones at all. Hold on, I just have to find some. I don't mind.
All right, thanks, Dan. Sorry about that. Yeah, Chad, I think we need to go and visit Dan and do a revamp of his studio space on the YouTube channel. Huh? Oh, I think that's coming out of the speakers. I think you heard me say that. You down for that?
All right. Got the headphones. All right, say something, Harris.
All right, can you hear me all right?
I hear you great. All right,
perfect, and I don't hear myself at all.
I'm going to turn on the auto gain now.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, one thing there's nothing more riveting about live streaming than watching two people debug sound problems.
Dude, audio is the worst.
It's so interesting for the community to be part of that experience, you know?
I'm actually going to encourage you to turn back off auto gain. You are all over the place, Dan.
All right. I am all over the place. That's okay. All right.
All right. That sounds pretty good.
It off. Okay, good enough.
I think it sounds good on my end, too.
All right, good. It sounds good on my end. So let's actually get to the meat of this, huh?
Yeah.
Talk about something interesting.
Yeah. I got some stuff for you.
All right.
I got, I came prepared. I've been scrounging Twitter and YouTube comments and everything all day. I got some good hard-hitting questions. And we're going to talk about it. But first, if we're going to start this, what I want to do is I want to share with you what I feel the state of live streaming is and where I think it's going to go. And then I'd love to hear what yours are.
Great.
I have been saying in my YouTube videos for a while that I think that live streaming is going to become an event-based thing, where you plan some stuff. I'm organizing my words. That it's supplementary content for most people. So you have a YouTuber who makes YouTube videos, makes TikToks, and then goes live to connect with their community that they've been building over there. I think that's what the majority of live streaming is going to go towards, unless you are one of the select few that have been able to make it as a full-time streamer, which is incredibly rare. It's just so hard to break through that glass ceiling there. So I see more and more YouTubers getting into live streaming, but only streaming, a couple times a month, maybe once a week, or doing like, for example, what Linus Tech Tips, where he makes videos every day. And then once a week, they do the WAN show, which is like a 3 to 4 hour podcast thing where they go live together, which they then also cut up into little bits to make into short, clips of their live show that they did. And I just think that the reason that it's going to turn this way is because of how hard it is to become a full-time streamer and how much effort it requires and how much risk it takes to stream 30 to 40 hours a week when the likelihood of succeeding doing that is incredibly low. So that's what I think it's going to be. I think it's going to eventually be swept, unless you're one of the top, the top echelon of streamers. It's going to become a supplementary form of content for standard content creators.
All right. So I think the answer we come up with it is going to be an agreement, but I'm going to say it differently. And the difference, I think, is very important, because the way you said going to become, it suggests that somehow what's already happening in live streaming, the people who are live streaming regularly will not do it as much because they're going to start doing more YouTube video. Do you want me to pause?
Yeah. Can you talk a little closer right into the top of the microphone?
All right. I'll talk right there. Yeah.
Yeah. You're kind of hitting the side, and it's a top address microphone.
Yeah. I know. Okay.
That's a lot better.
That as if the people who are live streaming today will move more in that direction. Okay.
Huh?
I think it's actually the opposite that will happen. That in fact, I do believe that live streaming, if you are a TikTok or YouTube content creator, live streaming is a good way to engage deeply with your community. And in fact, as you build that community, you want the opportunity to engage deeply with them. But that is not something that you have the time to do 20 or 30 hours a week. So I think one of the challenges Twitch has had is we haven't built the product to work as well as it could to support someone who might stream once a week for 4 hours. Okay. Now, in general, you used the word event. And in most people's minds, they think of events as a big show, something they produce. Okay. And while that may be the case, I don't think of the word event. I think it'll be the same type of experience where it's not a highly produced event necessarily. It'll be someone streams once a week for 3 or 4 hours, and they build a community. I do think the community matters a ton for the experience on live streaming. Okay. I'll use myself as an example. Except when I'm at TwitchCon and other things, I stream 3 hours a week. Okay. Now I am not a YouTube creator, but I have enough of a following in general because of my role that I can maintain a community streaming just 3 hours a week. Okay. That's difficult to do if you don't have enough of a following. The one difference, I personally believe a big part about community is about shared experiences. And I think what will work best is someone that says, I'm going to live stream once a week, twice a week, but it's still regular. It's like every Tuesday from 3 to 7, I'm going to live stream. And I think this is more about growing live streaming, because I think right now live streaming, I really do believe that it's less than what it absolutely could be. And I think our policies in some ways, I think has hindered live streaming to grow and realize its full potential. And so I think what you described, but I wouldn't describe it as what's happening is going to go away. It's that more stuff will start happening so that more people find a way to integrate live streaming into their content creation.
I think we 100% agree. I think that's what I meant by event based.
I agree. I felt like we were saying the same thing. It's just some of the terms you use, other people will hear in different ways.
I agree.
Because of what's happening today.
But I think that the reason that happens, I don't think that has to be the way it happens. I think the reason that it's becoming that is because of, I think a lot of people are going to get, you have so many people trying to become full-time streamers right now and streaming 30 to 40 hours a week and not seeing the success that they want to see, especially if you have the same kind of grind on YouTube. For the most part, you'll see some level of success. For the most part, the top streamers.
I think what you just said, I'm gonna interrupt real quick because I don't think what you said. I think people, if they're in the stream, they see all these people that are grinding and trying to make it work. Okay, I think for every YouTube creator you see, there are 10 YouTube creators that are grinding and aren't making it. And I think it's the nature of creative endeavors, whether it's an actor, a musician, an artist, a YouTube creator, a TikTok creator, or a Twitch live streamer. There are more people who want careers in these areas than can be supported. And so, however big it grows, the number of people that aren't making it will also be there.
There will, but we can't deny that's if you look at the top group of streamers today, it's the exact same group as there were 5 years ago. Like that, there is a massive discrepancy. Like the small amount of people that are taking almost all the pie versus on YouTube, you have over 300,000 different YouTube accounts that have over 1 million subscribers. And there are multiple channels passing 1 million subscribers every day. And I think there's maybe one new breakthrough streamer on Twitch every year. So like there is a vast difference in opportunity on the two platforms, which is why I meant I think you're going to get a lot of people stopping the 30 hours a week grind, realizing that it's a massive time investment, there's a massive risk, and it's a very, very small chance of payoff.
Yeah, I guess here's the thing that I'd say in that. First of all, I think one of the problems I think has been a challenge for Twitch is I think the skill to be a good live streamer isn't necessarily the skill to be a good YouTube creator. Right? Creating live content, it's improvisational, it's interactive. There are lots of people that can sit here. In fact, I think if you look at some of Twitch's successful streamers, I bet you if they had to create their career on YouTube. Now, when you started out, you created your YouTube videos, right, Harris? You didn't have a team doing it. And you were skilled at that. I bet you some of the top Twitch creators actually would kind of suck at creating YouTube videos.
It's a totally different skill set.
Live streaming. Yeah. And so I do think there's a different skill set that different people can enjoy live streaming and be good at it. And in fact, one of the problems has been that Twitch sometimes says, oh, you want to be successful on Twitch? Also be good at creating short form content. And people look at you and say, but I don't like creating short form content. I'm not as good at that. I want to live stream Twitch. Can't I just grow as a live streamer? And they haven't been able to. I'm saying that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to see if the discovery feed changes this whole problem that we have, because I think that's one of the core issues with Twitch right now, or just I shouldn't say Twitch, with live streaming, is that it feels like there are fewer opportunities, and so it's turning into a supplementary form of content. I feel it's got to be the nature's way of moving forward and saying this is the way it has to be, because you can't keep this 40-hour a week grind and have no results.
So I want to talk one thing about, and obviously this is a hypothesis and I don't know if it can occur. One of the discovery is absolutely a challenge when you're live streaming. It's also the same reason it's a challenge. It's also what makes live streaming on Twitch work. Because when you come to Twitch, anyone who uses Twitch a lot knows they spend all their time on the channel page. I had a room of streamers, and I said, how many of you spend a meaningful amount on our discovery pages? And 3 of the 300 people raised their hands. Okay? And the reason Twitch works for community is we drive people to your channel page and people stay. I think finding a streamer you like is kind of like finding a friend. It takes time. And I don't know if did I tell you this when we chatted over?
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit at In and Out.
Okay, well, I'll share it. It takes time. And suppose you have 2 friends and you say, hey, you two, you should get together. You two will really like each other. And you encourage them to call each other. Usually they won't call each other. And that's called a homepage recommendation. Now, suppose you get together at a bar, but as soon as they show up, you take off. It's good, but that's called a raid. Okay. But I think for discovery to work more and more, it's going to be about collaborations. It's about greatly increasing streamer to streamer interaction on the channel page.
I'm excited to see the stream together thing. I'm going to adjust my camera real quick. It's getting choppy. Give me 1 second. And then 1 more second. There we go. No, so I agree. It seems like the thing that makes live streaming so great is also the thing that makes it so hard to grow. Is that you want to stay on a single streamer for a long time because you build a relationship that you don't get anywhere else. And again, I positioned this. This wasn't a position of this is the problem with Twitch. It's just this is a conundrum with live streaming. Is that's just the nature of live streaming. You go there to hang out with a single person for 4 hours, whereas if I'm on YouTube for 4 hours, I'm watching 50 different people's videos, and you can't quite
Yes.
have that same experience.
Yes.
So yeah, it will be interesting to see how streaming together as well as the discovery feed has an impact on that. But I think you're totally right. I think we're on the same page here. So we'll jump straight to the next question. There's something that we haven't gotten a straight answer for. And I just want to hear directly from Twitch's mouth why it is. What is the official reason why Twitch streamers can't get a 70-30 split? I'm not going to hound you for whatever your answer is. I just want to know what the official answer is.
I think I have. I think I have answered it, as you say, official answer. That running live streaming as your sole and primary business, it's a challenging business, right? We make our money when you make money. Obviously, the cost of streaming is significant, especially not just for big streamers. We have, 7 million people that stream every month, and we have 1 million affiliates. So that means 6 million people are not even making money in streaming on Twitch, and so right now, in terms of making this a sustainable business, the numbers don't work to give everyone 70-30. Now, one reason why we created the Partner Plus program, and I'll tell you where my focus is I'll distinguish a few things here, is there are those streamers where streaming is a meaningful part of how they fund their life. Okay? For some people, it's a way to get some gear, and it's a nice additional money. But for some people, this is how they pay their bills. And as we built Partner Plus, and really we designed it where we can continue lowering it, the reason, I don't think there's a principle here. I think the issue is I would like more streamers because I think it'll be better for them because they can sustain this career more. So in fact, Partner Plus was designed, I'd still love to lower the threshold on that so more streamers can get 70-30. Yeah.
Okay. So it is just cost versus yeah. So well then I guess let's kind of move on to a different question.
I'll say this. One thing that's different, I would just like when people look at other platforms, let's take YouTube or something like that, right? Live streaming is a hobby for YouTube. The cost of live streaming, they're much smaller than us, and of course YouTube is much bigger than us. Okay, so their cost of anything is much smaller, and relative to their other size, it's tiny. So it's easy to do certain things there. For us, we have to make our business work where this business is the business we're in.
Is the majority, we're moving on, but I'm going to go full circle here. So is the major cost of Twitch just data ingestion and like receiving data and delivering data?
Well, no, the major cost is the amount we share with it's still, even though we'd like it to be more.
Outside of revenue splits. What's
outside of revenue splits, then the data, the running the service is significant. I won't tell you how much, but yes, it is.
Because I don't think sharing I wouldn't call that a cost. If you're I would say that's pure. You're taking a split of something else.
It is. No, that's fair. It is a split, yes. But if you take that, yes.
So another question I get asked a lot of, I think a lot of people don't understand the impact of is do you have any plans on incorporating AV1? Because an AV1 encoder would allow you to get the exact same quality for about 2/3 of the bit rate, 2/3 of the data.
Yeah, I know.
And then you could, whatever the savings are, let's say you were to do that and that became the norm, everyone's using AV1, you're able to literally cut your ingest costs by a third. And I'm not a developer, I don't know exactly how it works, but serious cost to how much data your throughput is going on. And then do you think it'd be possible to increase that to 70-30 if you included AV1 and that became widely adopted?
But yeah, by the way, I think that's a good example of, in general, what I continue to try to do is look for ways where we can make our business work more effectively. And that's why Partner Plus was designed so that we can lower that threshold. Okay. So some of this will get a little techie, but since you're techie, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
Of course, a big part of transcoding is actually the cost of the transcode.
Okay.
Okay, in the compute cycles. So in fact, transcoding to AV1 is more expensive than transcoding to H2.64.
But what if it's already being sent to you in AV1?
Yes, no, in fact, you're going exactly to where I was going. That in fact, one of the things that we're working on is the ability to have client-side transcoding. Okay,
Yeah.
because most people have computers that have the cycles to do the transcoding. So right now we have to pay for the cycles to do the transcoding. Okay, and by the way, our transcoders tend to be older because we have a fleet of them. We bought them 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and in fact, of course, they don't transcode at the same quality that the NVIDIA chips you have sitting on your computer can do. It's not just the AV1. Even if you're doing H.264, you can get a better encoding from the from your NVIDIA on your computer than you can in ours. So yes, the idea would be we move more towards client-side transcoding that also then allows support for AV1. Okay, and
Okay.
so over time you get increased quality, reduced costs.
Do you have any? But can I just explain to chat what we're talking about here? So by the way, chat,
Yeah, no.
AV1 is if I were to I need to dumb it down so even I can understand it. But essentially, it's a new form of compression where you can get a higher quality video with a smaller file. So with the current way that we're doing it, H.264 is what we're doing right now. The current, that's why you have a bit rate of 6,000 kilobits per second, and that gets you a certain quality. You can get the same quality with AV1 with only 4,000 kilobits per second. So the idea is you're sending less information. The costs are lower on Twitch's side, and if we're able to significantly lower the cost on Twitch's side, they're able to up the split with streamers just by changing the way compression works. And my autofocus is going all over the place, but that was the main question: is are you guys working towards that?
Yeah.
And is there a timeline on when we're going to see significant price? I shouldn't say price changes, but cost changes to Twitch that will also impact streamers and their rates.
Yeah, I can't tell you a timeline. We almost were announcing some of the plans at TwitchCon, but we want to work still with the OBS team to figure out what's a good strategy here. We're working closely about, but it isn't specifically just about AV1. It's about talking about the whole strategy. It would not affect the revenue share right away, of course, because these things all take time. Getting people to adopt things take time. But overall, that's an example of one of the things we're doing. You always look at what is the cost, what drives your cost, and what can you do to bring it down.
And timeline aside, those savings will be passed on to the streamers?
Yes.
Sick. And also, do you know that you have Velcro on your head? Is that...
Ah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was intentional.
Yeah.
Just being relatable,
Yeah. Kind of quirky.
Yeah. I thought it was great. I almost didn't want to tell you. All right. So next one. We're streaming on Kick right now.
We are.
Is this your first stream on Kick?
Where I am live, I was told Aiden was simulcasting my stream last night.
Well, welcome. This is my first time on Kick as well. There are some new rules that people are unsure of, and I'm kind of calling myself out with this one. But there was an asterisk with this announcement that was announced later, and it's the lack of combined chat. And there are two reasons that people are assuming you're doing it, and we don't know which one it is. But I have a feeling I know which one you're gonna say it is.
Actually, I have two reasons why it is.
Why don't you go ahead?
Why don't I'll describe the two reasons, and so maybe they're both of them. Okay, so one reason is one of the things that we think is really critical on Twitch is the community. We think that's the foundation of Twitch. I will tell you one reason why there's always apprehension about simulcasting was this idea that it fractures the Twitch community. And a big part of community is recognizing people, having identity, seeing the name, seeing them on other channels. And one of the things that's nice about Twitch is people stay on a channel. So in contrast, if you look at TikTok or YouTube, there are these massive funnels, but people just fly by, right? There's always something going on, but you don't see the same name. I talked with actually a bunch of the Twitch streamers that are now on YouTube, and they all agreed community is different on YouTube That's because you don't see the same people. You don't have that sense of a shared experience. And we think it would hurt the Twitch experience if you combine chat, because part of the whole point of Twitch is the Twitch community. Okay? So that's point one. And so in general, and that also goes to alerts and other things. The idea is the Twitch community is the Twitch community. We don't mind you simulcasting, but we want the Twitch community to be the Twitch community. Now, the other reason is if we did have you combine chat, you are now responsible for whatever is said on the chat on those other streams. Because if somebody comes in and says something against our community guidelines, we don't know if this person is suspended, if this person is banned, if something's happening to this person. We have no information about that at all. Okay? So we would have to treat it as if you said those words, because we say, oh, well, that's your responsibility. The reality is people would do it, and then people would go into their chat on other platforms, and they would say stuff to get them banned from Twitch, because they would think, isn't this cute? And then the person would look at us and say, well, wait, but I didn't do it. And we'll say, yeah, but blah, blah, blah. And we told you. And they said, yeah. And we would have let them do that. Okay. And I guarantee you it would happen. I guarantee you people would go around to get people suspended on Twitch.
But wasn't that already against the rules?
Of using combined chat?
No, if you don't moderate like hateful speech and stuff in your own channel, isn't that already a bannable offense?
No, but we know whether or not you're moderating in our chat. We don't know what you're doing in the chat on the other. Like the stuff may appear in our chat. In other words, it's not like just one time you're gone, because sometimes things slip through, right? In other words, you need to be but it's not like, oh, you missed one, sorry, you're banned. No, we take into account if you're actively moderating, if somebody says something and then you ban them, right? Then you're moderating your chat so they can't keep doing it. We know that you banned them. We know that you didn't keep letting them do it. Okay? So then we don't take action against you because you are moderating your chat. We have no idea what you're doing on other platforms.
All right. I get it's a gray area there. It just feels like if someone were to come in from Kick or YouTube and were to say something that shows up on stream and you didn't take any action about it, you didn't turn off the chat or make any changes to get rid of the overlay or whatever, it feels like that's already a bannable offense, and this isn't actually changing anything if that was the reason, and you didn't have to add a new rule.
No, I'm saying no. I'm saying it would be a bannable offense, and what would happen is people that put the combined chat would regularly be getting banned because it would happen all the time. People would go in just to do that.
You don't want that Twitter that shows everyone getting banned. You don't want that to go crazy and have too many people yelling at you.
Especially given that I could have predicted it. Because if I could have said, I'm telling you what's going to happen. Okay, it's going to become a thing to do. Okay, and I won't say who's doing it, but people will do it to get people banned from Twitch because they know other platforms.
It's 100% going to happen. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows you get banned from if you get banned from a platform, you're going to go to another one and start dropping racial slurs, and because it's showing up on stream anyway. Of course, that's going to happen. But it seems like this new rule isn't to actually change to make it easier to ban people. It's just to stop so you don't have to ban 100 people a day for the same thing. That's all it is.
No, yes, but banning 100 people a day would like, in general, let me be clear, we don't like banning people. Now, people may not believe that. People might think that there are people sitting in a room going, oh, I got one. Okay, that's not what happens.
I think this needed to be shared more clearly.
Yeah. Well, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but I talked about this last night. I also talked about it where people asked me during the conference. It's just on the stage. That's not the time to explain the details.
Oh, of course not. No.
Okay. And so, yeah. And so that's one reason why I'm coming on this stream. One reason, in fact, interestingly, one thing we started to do was, in general with announcements, I've started live streaming 30 minutes after them. In this case, I couldn't. So, yes, I agree with you completely.
Okay, so I'm guessing, if I had to take a guess, and I'm sure you can't answer this, I'm going to guess you're not just going to be going around saying, I see a combined chat ban, I see a combined chat ban, I see a combined. It's just when something happens, you can go, we told you. This was a rule, you broke the rule. And that way they can't go, well, I tried to moderate my Kick chat, but you couldn't see what I did to moderate, and there's no back and forth anymore. It's just, this is not only to stop a lot of bans from happening, but then to also make it easier and a legitimate reason to ban them when they blatantly ignore it.
It's much clearer. It's much clearer,
All
much
right.
easier.
All right,
Much
I can get
clearer,
behind
much
that. That makes more sense than the first answer you gave. That was like the total PR answer, but I appreciate the second answer.
Actually, the first one was not the total PR answer. I mean, I really do believe
It was the nice answer.
But I do believe. I will say this. In general, whenever somebody gives me two reasons, I say to them, "Well, bullshit. If one reason isn't enough, I always look for the one reason, because usually they give you two reasons because they don't think one is good enough." Okay.
Yeah.
In this case, I use two because I actually believe in both, and you know, with both of them was the thing that got me to say, "Yeah, we just need to do this." I mean, you know.
Okay.
So
Hey, I honestly think it's fair. I'm
will
interested
say,
to see how it goes.
you'll enjoy this. You'll enjoy this. I was talking to Ludwig at the what's it called, the Dolce Gabbana, that thing. I was talking to Ludwig, and he asked me about this, and I explained this to him, and Ludwig looked at me and he says, "Huh, that makes sense. Maybe you guys actually know what you're doing." Because he at first thought he was like, "Oh, I don't know why you're doing this," and he's like, "Oh, okay, I guess that makes a little bit of sense there."
Can I tell you why I know that conversation didn't happen?
Why?
Because I couldn't hear someone 2 inches from my ear at that party. That was my hell, by the way. That was not. I was in there
Yes.
for 10 minutes and I peaced out.
Well, were you in the upper area or not?
There was an upper area. Oh,
There was,
I'm not.
you
no,
probably could have
wasn't
gotten in.
wasn't cool
I
enough
will
to get in
say-
the upper area.
Yeah, I will say I took a picture at the beginning and I posted it on my Instagram where I said, "Tell me this doesn't scream Dan Clancy," because I so did not fit in there, but I did have a lot of fun. But it's like the first time I've been at a place like that literally in 20 years.
I walked out and I was planning on going to bed, and then I ran into a couple people at the poker tables that I hadn't met in a really long time, or actually some of them I'd never met in person ever. And I won $150 at the blackjack table and hung out with some internet friends, and that was a
Nice.
highlight of the night. So highly recommend that instead. Actually, that's not true. I don't encourage gambling ever. As a Nevadan, I'd never encourage it. All right, next question. Kick offered you partnership. You gonna take him up on it?
No.
You don't want a little check mark next to your name?
No, I don't need my check mark next to my name there.
I think what you do is you get the check mark and then you break the rules and you get banned. And so Dexerto writes an
that would
article
be
on how the
funny.
CEO of Twitch got banned off of
There you go.
Kick.
The problem is I'd have to do a hell of a lot of bad shit for that to happen. So, you know.
Yeah, they don't ban anyone over there.
That takes a lot of work. I don't have the time to do that, Harris. Okay,
I
I
believe
have
in
a
you,
day
Dan.
job.
I believe
have a
in
day
you.
job.
You seem like someone who doesn't shirk from a challenge. All right. So I got one more question. Let me make sure I word this properly. Because this one, someone asked me this on Twitter, and if it's not worded properly, it could hurt some feelings. So what?
My feelings don't get hurt easily.
Not yours.
Okay.
So the question was, what do you think is the biggest missing skill among streamers? And that's not how I want to ask it. How about this? Instead, if you could wave a magic wand and suddenly every single streamer on Twitch had a specific skill elevated and they were improved to a new level, what would you like that skill to be? How would you like to help and to elevate your community?
Now, a lot of streamers have this skill, okay? But there's a lot of variance in that skill. And the foundation of live streaming is improvisation. That
Okay.
is the foundation. Twitch has always been a talk platform where you game while you talk. And not just improvisation, but being comfortable just talking. I've talked to a number of gaming streamers that actually they say they're uncomfortable if they don't have the console in their hand. And in fact, it took them a while to put the console down. And now this isn't you, right? But it took them a while to put the console down and feel like they could engage with their community and handle the fact that they're just sitting there exposed, right? And so I think you still have a ton. The interesting thing, and the thing that is so incredible at Twitch is there are a lot of folks that they weren't like outgoing and outspoken and all that earlier in their life, but then they make their career talking on Twitch. Okay. And a lot of that comes because they start from gaming. And part of it is being comfortable just because the community is there. Of course, their skill gaming is important, it's valuable. The reason they take money out of their pockets is not because of how fast their thumbs move. The reason they take money out of their pockets is that they connect with them as individuals, they care about them. That's what builds community. And that's why people often make more money when they're just chatting, is because it gets that connection with the audience. So feeling comfortable looking at your community and talking to them.
I think that's a valid one. I would have a different one.
Which that?
I think that's how you get uncomfortable streamers to be better streamers. But I think there's too much of the same thing on Twitch. There's not enough diversity of content on Twitch. And what I wish I could encourage people to do is to have a little more confidence in stepping outside their comfort zone and trying new things. I think that's something that we as gamers, we're pushed into our own corner because we're not accepted anywhere else. And we say, this is my comfort zone. If I step outside that comfort zone, I'm going to get made fun of. I'm going to get picked on, or whatever we went through in middle school and high school that brought us to finding this comfort zone. And I wish people had the strength to step outside their comfort zone a little bit more. That's
interesting.
Really, that is a skill just
think,
like charisma. And it's something that needs to be developed over time and is really hard.
I'll say this, and I'm not just sucking up to you because I don't need to, Harris. I actually think I was saying the same thing. You just said it better. Because when I said put down the controller and be comfortable just engaging, I think part of what you're saying is be comfortable exploring other things that you can do. Agree completely. I think that was better said than what I was saying when I said put down controller and, just be there.
Yeah. No, I think there's overlap between those two things for sure.
Yeah.
Well, then I got one more for you. I want to know what your stream setup is right now. Can you share with me your gear? What's the Dan Clancy stream setup?
I've got an Elgato face cam. I've got the Elgato mic, and I've got the Wavelink XLR. I've got a big ass mixer here, an ARC12 PreSonus. I don't need the 12 because I connect my my piano and a mic into that because usually I'm playing the piano and singing. I got one of the Elgato lights, but I so often don't turn it on, and that's it.
So just the Elgato setup then.
Yeah, mostly. And I don't have my Stream Deck set up, although I do have a Stream Deck. I just haven't set it up.
Okay. Actually, I remembered I had one more question anyway. I just wanted to let you know after this question. Do you if you ever need me, by the way, to come and give your stream room a makeover, that'd make a great YouTube video. I'd be happy to come and do that.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can get it sponsored. We can get some gear to come and do that.
I'll definitely do that. That'd be really fun.
I'll hit up my guys. I'd say I'd hit up my guys at Elgato, but it sounds like you need less Elgato stuff, actually.
Less and more other stuff.
Yeah,
I took the easy path, I took the easy path because I didn't know what to get. And I knew, Elgato will be safe. I know I won't be unhappy. I didn't know if Elgato would be always the best, but I knew it would not be a bad decision.
That level of trust in the brand. They've spent a lot of time building that brand trust, and they've gotten it. It. But I don't know if I can convince Elgato to pay me to get rid of some of your Elgato stuff. I'll try. All right.
Well, wait. What should I have that I don't have?
I feel like as a CEO, I feel like you could probably afford like a real camera.
Yeah, I actually do have a.
You look like a ghost.
Meaning to set it up. Yeah, I know, but that's part of the lighting in this room.
I think it's a part of your exposure settings.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's see if the lighting is any better. But yes, I actually, from my recent, when I was in the van, I got not the Sony Alpha, but I got a Sony one that I've been thinking of setting up. But I had a better setup when, I don't know if you know this, but I traveled around the Southeast in a van, and I think I had a better setup on that than I did here. Because I was using, I forget which Sony cam it was. It's like 1200 or 1300. It's not one of the alphas, but
Well, is it? I mean, what, the ZV-E10 or something? One of the ZV ones?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are good cameras. We brought a ZV-E10 to the space.
Yeah. And I just haven't set it up here since I've been home because all that takes time.
All right. This last question actually starts with a story that I'm allowed to tell because he's not a politician anymore. But my dad was a politician. And when he was elected to U.S. Congress, he was super excited. There are 435 members of U.S. Congress. And I remember him telling me maybe around the time of his second election that he thought he was going in there to be around 434 of the brightest minds in our country, and how much of a wake-up call it was of how hard this job was going to be. I'm not asking you to tell me which Twitch employees make your job really hard, but to sidestep that, what I'd like to know is when you stepped into the role of CEO, was it harder than you expected it to be? Was there a wake-up call of like, oh, I have to fix way more than I thought I'd have to fix?
It's probably fair to say that there were, and because I was already here, right? But there were aspects of the problem that as I went to, fixing, I realized it was deeper than I thought, right? And one thing
Can you tell me one?
is, yeah, I'll pick that. I'll use one example, because culture in an organization stays with the organization. You often think that, you just say this and things change, but it actually takes time to change, right? So one is, I think about, 5 years ago, we adjusted our approach to how we did communications and comms, and took what I call is a fairly standard communications approach that pretty much any big company uses. And in that model, you're very risk averse in terms of when you say things, because you might always say something wrong and someone's going to twist it and someone is going to, so you want to control what you say. You write everything out, you review it 3 times, then you put it out there, right? You control who's speaking for you. And that makes a lot of sense for an Amazon, because if people like or dislike Jeff Bezos, there's no upside for people liking Jeff Bezos. Nobody shops at Amazon because they think Bezos is a good guy. Okay. They do it because it's cheaper and you get your shit in the next day.
We're about to have a new CEO of Twitch pretty soon here. Go on. I want to see where this is going.
Well, Bezos isn't the CEO of Amazon anymore. No. But with Twitch, I think it's very different. That in fact, the customer of Twitch are the streamers in the community. And so I think we've gotten way too removed from the community, way too controlled. We would launch something, we would hone our blog post, and then we wouldn't say shit for 2 months. And everyone else would come on and talk about stuff. So when I became CEO, I said, I'm gonna live stream. And like, oh, really? Are you sure about that, Dan? I said, yeah, no, it'll be okay. I'll play the piano and sing. And then I said, I'm going to start going on people streams. Okay. And initially they said, okay, that sounds good, but why don't you just let us coordinate it? So if you want to go on anyone's streams, put them in touch with us. We'll schedule it. We'll see what they want to talk about, and then we'll do it. I was like, no. I said, I'm just going to go on their streams. I said, if they're a news commentator, like if that's their job as in the stream is really to talk about streaming, I said, I'll let you, but otherwise I'm just going on their streams. I will tell you when I do it. Okay. But there was a lot of fear in that because they're worried, what if something is said wrong, right? Because I've been going on this stream and people on Dexerto will take whatever I say and, twist it. And there's always a chance that you say something a little differently than what you'd ideally want, right? But I think for us, the upside is massive about being transparent. I think you saw that at TwitchCon. I think the fact that I think we're so different than every other company. Every other company, you don't talk about your roadmap because you don't want your competitors to know. Our streamers want to know our roadmap. They want to know what we're working on. They want to get input. They want to give input. So, but it takes a lot to, even with the simulcasting change, right? I've been my inclination was we should get rid of simulcasting for a while. Okay. But there's a fair amount of just apprehension of, well, what if something bad happens? Right? What if this doesn't turn out the way we think it is? And I think that fear can be very deep within an organization. And it just takes time to say, nope, it's going to be okay. We're going to be fine.
Well, Dan, I think that was the right call. I mean, just even looking at the chat right now, like, I think they're all pretty pumped that you're just jumping on a stream right now and hanging out and answering questions. No, I don't think you don't have like some dude, you're on like a 7-second delay and some dude can like bleep it out or whatever sitting in the room next to you.
No. Well, as you can see, like, I'm shitting in my home with all this crap behind me.
Happy to make it over for you, man.
It's funny because right after we made, I forget which announcement it was, but it's the first one where we went live right after the announcement. And that one, I happened to be in the Twitch office. But the idea that I was going to be streamed, then the next one I was just streaming from my home and, streaming on my channel, there's Twitch channel. And that whole idea that we weren't going to have this professionally produced stream on the Twitch channel. I was like, no, it's okay. It doesn't need to be professionally produced. It'll just be on the channel.
There's a part of me that doesn't want to heavily improve the quality of your stream. There's really a charm to like, oh, this is the Twitch CEO going live with a webcam and having audio issues. And I think I don't want to like try not to like, oh, Harris is sucking up to the CEO at the end of the stream. Like, I think we like that. It's kind of the same reason that like people, you can't, I have to stop myself from hyper producing my TikToks because people don't want hyper produced stuff on TikToks. They want stuff shot on a phone. And I think it makes you feel more, I was about to say touchable, but I don't know how Twitch is going to run. The internet's going to run with that one. But more reachable.
Accessible.
Accessible
right.
is the right word. Yeah. More relatable, more accessible. And
I will say sometimes I talk with like, if you take someone like Knut that, he has gear, like his gear is just off the charts, right? He's got the $6,000 cam, and like all over the place. Same thing. Oh, I went to Cypher PK's studio and he had like 3 Sony Alphas, right? And others, and I'm like, do you really need 3 Sony? Like, do you really need 3 of these $6,000 cameras here? But some, and it's because they're gearheads and it's fun to buy gear. I'm a gearhead and I have to hold myself back because I'm like, oh yeah, I can buy that expensive camera,
They're fun to buy, man. Once you start, you can't stop.
They are fun to buy. I will say, hold on, I have this to tell you. Hold on, where is it? I've got my, hold on one sec.
If this dang autofocus would work. Come on, Sony. There we go. Oh, he's busting out the big guns. We get a sneak peek.
When I so I had my house in Los Altos, which I lived in for years. I sold it, and given it's the Bay Area, I did well on it, and I had 2 offers, and I won't tell you what the.
And given you probably owned it since like the 70s.
No, but I still did well, but I had owned it 10 years. So it wasn't like,
Okay.
I had not, but I had 2 offers and one of the people offered $5,000 more, and it was a round number, but they offered $5,000 more. And then, but they were the same except $5,000 apart. And then I said, well, what should I do now? And they said, well, go and tell both of them you have 2 equivalent offers and tell them to give you the best offer. And so I said that, and they both improved their offer. But again, one of them was $5,000 more, and now I had to pick. And I said, well, how am I going to pick? I said, well, I'll pick the one for $5,000 more, because then I could justify buying an EOS R5. Because
it's free. It's free at that point. That is called guy math, and that camera was free.
I could have afforded, but I didn't need an EOS R5. The one thing I knew is that my camera taking does not deserve an EOS R5. Okay. But I said, since it was free, I will get an EOS R5.
Mm-hmm. Well, Dan, enjoy the EOS R5, man. You deserve it.
All right. Well, go spend some family time.
I will. Have you ever had a Ninja Creamy? Do you know what those are?
Nope.
It's a little
Nope.
ice cream maker. You freeze the base the night before, and then it like grinds it up into ice cream. And we had those every night, and it's ice cream, but it's like we make them out of protein shakes and protein powder and a little bit of flavoring. And so you're just eating protein shake ice cream, and it's super healthy, and it's awesome. Highly recommend looking into the Ninja Creamy because it sounds like you didn't spend the full 5,000. It sounds like you got a little bit left over, and you should check out the Ninja Creamy for that last little bit.
I should try. Well, I do need. I do like protein shakes because I do exercise a fair amount, and so I'm getting ready. I've done 2 Ironmans, full Ironmans. I did before COVID, and I'm thinking about getting back into the swing and doing a half Ironman next year, and getting some other folks to do it with me. And so I need to get back into my protein shakes.
Good. Ninja Creamy's the way to go. That sounds awesome. Good for you. I got zero cardio in my body. I can't run more than a quarter mile. I got everything else, but can't do cardio. So good for you.
All right. Okay.
All right, man.
Thanks.
Hey, I appreciate you, Dan.
Stream,
Thank
I'm
you.
staying on right now, but okay, great.
I appreciate you so much. I'll catch you around, brother.
Take it easy. Bye-bye.
See ya. All right, chat. Give me your thoughts. Are we gonna take that and upload that straight to YouTube? Is that worth it? I felt like there was some good conversations. I felt like we got some good info that we didn't have on Twitch before, and I appreciated that. Iron Man running Twitch. I'm kind of getting used to the reading YouTube chat, reading Twitch chat, and reading Kick chat. It's kind of like, oh, I don't see anything good over here. Let me look over here. Cable tie, best tie. That was from YouTube chat. Please upload it. I missed most of it. All right. I might grab it and cut it. He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything about me having the combined chat on stream. But we did kind of address it. I think it's pretty clear that... I think it's pretty clear from what he said. Actually, we got some really good answers out of him. Can we get like two really good answers? First off, they're working directly with OBS on lowering their ingestion costs so that like taking in the streams and delivering the streams are significantly less expensive. So that, and I made sure to ask him, does that like, will those savings go directly to the streamers? And he said yes. I'm hoping he follows through on that. That's a big deal. Never heard that before. Yeah, client-side transcoding, AV1. That's huge. And then the other big one was talking about the combined chat. I had combined Twitch and YouTube combined chat the entire stream. And I don't know if he knew. Maybe he didn't know. I never said that I was doing it. But basically, we got to the point of they're not going to just go around and ban people for having combined chat. The idea is if it goes haywire and TOS is broken and, so you ban someone from Twitch and they go on Kick or YouTube and they start spamming racial slurs in your chat, no, it's on you. You broke the rule. You're liable. Doesn't matter how hard you tried to moderate it. If you had that on your chat, you're getting banned for it. And I think that's kind of the way they got to go. And so I'm going to continue encouraging you guys, like, yeah, combine your chat. Just make sure you have the button to take it off ASAP. Like that. If someone starts dropping some crazy bombs that I don't want on stream, I just go like that. And I think we're safe, So I'm going to encourage you guys to do a combined chat. Anything you guys felt like we missed, or maybe I can kind of condense for you guys, or are you guys cool if I go and get some cuddles with my wife for the first time in like a week and a half? I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna cut this and upload it to YouTube so you guys can watch whenever. It's about an hour. Don't give her con crud. She's actually sick and I'm not. So we're good there. Twitch pay increase? Yeah, talked about that. Uploaded tonight. We already uploaded a YouTube video today and I posted. So by the way, there's a limit. I don't know if you knew this. There's a limit to how many notifications a single channel can send out a day. And I believe it's 3. So if you upload more than 3 things and someone has notifications turned on, they're not going to see the 4th thing. I believe that's what it is. Heard that or something like that directly from YouTube. So I've done upload a YouTube video, done a live stream, and a community post. So if we're gonna put it up, we're gonna put it up tomorrow, or maybe even give some time. 2 days after. What is today? Thursday. Get up Saturday. Maybe we get it up Saturday morning. That'll give me time to make a thumbnail and everything. Thank you. Honestly, gave me a different perspective to Dan. Dude, Rob Rambell. I'm glad you liked it, man. 3 is correct. There we go. Did I ever get an answer to hold on, I want to check one last thing. I might. Bummer. I wanted to turn on channel memberships during this stream. We'll have to get it in the next one. I'm going to shut these down one at a time. Let's shut down the YouTube stream first, and then we'll hang out with Twitch and Kick for like 5 more minutes. So if you're hanging out on YouTube, in the description down below is a link to both of those 2 other platforms. So click on one of those if you want to hang out for another couple minutes. Appreciate you guys on YouTube. I'll see you over on. Oh wait, got one more super chat. Combined chats on stream. Will Twitch consider allowing this in the future? I don't think so. I think they're using that as a backup rule where they can shut down. They can ban someone if they're not moderating other chats properly. I think that's all it is. So I don't think they're going to get rid of that. I just don't think they're going to ban streamers just for having it. All right, jump over to Twitch or Kick. I'll see you guys over there. Later, YouTube.